What do you have any tips for us in terms of evaluating our skincare before we purchase it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, going back to keeping things simple is always pretty important. And I do really recommend, like, if you have a specific skincare need that you want checked out, it always helps to just go see a dermatologist because they'll typically be able to tell you like exactly what's going on. Not always, but sometimes it can just be helpful to have that. But if you're just thinking more broadly or like how to improve my skincare and know that what I'm buying is effective, especially if it's not a prescription strength thing, um, then really I would say the two key takeaways are know what you're looking for when you go to shop. So, if you are looking for a vitamin C serum that has 10% vitamin C in it, do a little research and find something that matches what you're actually looking for versus just Googling vitamin C serum or something like that. Similar if you're looking for scalp maintenance serum, make sure you look for the concentrations that you would expect and use that little cheat sheet of like the ingredient list information to kind of figure out what the concentration probably is based around known other items like preservatives and things that happen to be at 1% or 2% or 3%. You can usually kind of figure it out. And then the second piece I would say is make sure if you're looking for a specific star ingredient, that it actually is the star ingredient of the formula. So if you're looking for something with anti-inflammatory properties and it's a specific essential oil, make sure that plant is actually truly featured in that product as a true essential oil, and that it is the primary thing in the formulation and you're not looking for, and again, it might not be the highest concentration, right? Because the carrier oils and the other important components that are structural to the formula, but it should be there featured in a way where you trust that that ingredient actually will have a functional effect. If it's in a list of 40 other plant extracts, somewhere in the middle, it's probably not going to do anything. So, those would be my two key things. So, it's looking at concentration, and if you're looking for a specific ingredient, make sure they formulated it in a way that it actually is featured and is the star.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm starting to see this bigger painting that we're putting together on this podcast as we've talked about, natural versus organic as marketing tools and investigating sourcing and now investigating formulation. It sounds like a whole lot of work. But as you as you're doing any one of these things, as you're looking into any one of these things, you're really uncovering a lot about all of them. If you're interested in learning more about uh what natural really means for a specific product and you start digging into the sourcing for that product, you're going to learn about the formulation as well. And if you're interested in, let's just say how much of this rosehip oil is really in my product because I'm interested in its effects from a formulation standpoint, you're going to learn about the sourcing as well and what that means for organic versus not organic for that particular product. So I think really what we're talking about is not, four or five different massive investigations that consumers need to do before they purchase anything, but really just starting to ask more detailed questions than what's in this, and more about like, where is this coming from and what is it supposed to do? Do you have anything else you wanted to say?
Maybe just add that, like, you aren't necessarily going to find concentration so readily available because people want to keep their formulas and the way they make things a little bit secret, right? And
Totally.
that's okay. It's like you're at a restaurant, you're not going to get necessarily the specific instructions to the special sauce that makes that restaurant, on the map. But with that being said, you can use these clues to help you figure things out. And a brand should never be specifically trying to hide something about their ingredients, right? Like, there's
Yeah.
a difference between trusting that they have proprietary information that they want to keep proprietary and actively hiding information on their website, which does happen sometimes when you look at ingredient lists and they say one thing, but then you look at the ingredients and the ingredient list says another, right? That's a marketing ploy, not just like a understandable need to keep something, proprietary. So I would just add that a lot of brands aren't out to get you with not sharing this information, but like many of them are. So,
So watch out.
so watch it.
And yeah, just ask good questions. And if you're curious what those good questions are, keep listening to the podcast.